Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello my dear students and welcome back to this lesson number 9, and this class will be specialized for the literary section. Lesson number 9 has the title of Man's Early Use of Metal, and here we want to know when did the people use metal first. First of all, we have this picture. In this picture we can see a lot of tools. Let's read. Work in pairs. Look at the pictures. What do all the objects have in common? Discuss what you think each object was used for. So all of these objects are made of metal. So the common thing is metal. They are all made of metal. So metal was so important in the past, and it's still important nowadays. Number B. Work in pairs. Match the categories below. Categories mean groups. Work in pairs. Match the categories below to the pictures from 1 to 12. And write the names of the objects you know. The first one, food. The second category, weapons. Number 3, jewelry. Number 4, farming. So we have 4 categories in this exercise. Here are the answers. Food, we have picture number 3, picture number 4, picture number 7. All of these objects are used for cooking, for food, let's say. What are these objects? These objects are, let's say, balls, cups, and number 3 is ball. Let's say number 4, it's a knife. Number 7, it's a cup, metal cup. Weapons, the second category, we have number 1, number 2, and number 12. Number 1 is spears. Number 2 is sword, and number 12 is a dagger. It's a dagger. All of these are weapons. Sometimes we can say number 4, because it's a knife. And number 9, what is this number 9? Number 9 is a number 9 is something looks like dagger, which is what? It's a X. It's an X. Now the third category is jewelry. 5, the picture number 5, number 8, and number 10. Picture number 5. Number 8 and number 10. All of these are adornments. They are brooches, necklaces, bracelets, or rings. And the final category is farming. And the picture or the pictures referred to these objects are number 6, number 9, number 11. After that, let's do exercise number C. Read the text and find the names of all the objects above. Then complete exercise number B with the missing names. Metal objects are among the most exciting artifacts we can find. They have survived a few thousand years and they tell us something about the way people lived in the past. Some of the oldest things discovered are items of jewelry, like brooches, necklaces, bracelets, and rings, for example. Then there are things like knives, metal cups, and bowls from the kitchen. To work the land, there were hoes, sickles, and axes. And we can see when people fought their neighbors using spears, swords, and daggers. So, the previous text contains a lot of vocabulary related to pictures. Now, number D. Read the rest of the article and then mark the sentences true or false. T for true, F for false. The discovery and use of metals meant an enormous advance in civilization. The softer metals, copper, gold, and silver, were among the first to be used. The earliest evidence of man working with bronze dates from around 5000 BC. The people of Mesopotamia, the Middle East, were among the first to produce bronze, an alloy of tin and copper. It was discovered that metal could be melted and poured into molds. This made it possible to make copies of the same objects, which was an important technological advance that came later in Europe and China around 2000 BC. The smelting of iron ore came next. It was perfected by the Hittites who lived in central Turkey. Now let's come back to our sentences. The first sentence says, the use of metal is an indication of progress. The use of metal is an indication of progress. Yes, it's true. Number 2, copper is softer than tin. Yes, it's true, because tin is harder than copper. 3, bronze is a mixture of gold and copper. No, it's not. So this sentence is false. Number 4, bronze was first made in the Middle East. Yes, that's true. Number 5, the use of molds meant the start of mass production. Yes, it's true. Number 6, the Hittites were smelting iron while the Mesopotamians were making bronze. That is false. After reading this text and doing this exercise by putting T for true and F for false, let's see the answers. Number 1 is true, number 2 is true, 3 false, 4 is true, 5 true, 6 is false. You can check your answers, you can compare these answers with yours, and move to the last exercise or practice for today's lesson. So now we are going, work in pairs. We're going to read this. Work in pairs. Choose a category. From exercise number B. Prepare to talk about it to the class. Describe the objects in the category and what they were used for. What they tell us about that society. You can do this exercise yourselves, my students, and by this exercise number E, we can conclude this or the exercises in this lesson, in this book. So let's move to our workbook to do exercise number A, and after that we can finish our lessons. Now in our workbooks we have exercise number A. Close your course book and write 3 words in each column. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 columns. So here we have to write just 3 words in each column. Then check your spelling in the course book. The first column is types of metal. We have a lot of types of metal like copper, tin, and bronze. Copper, tin, and bronze. Weapons. We have spears, swords, daggers. So here you have to write these words yourselves, my students. Why? To check your spelling, if you are able to write them correctly or not. So I will mention the names without writing them in the correct or in the suitable column, and you have to write them yourselves. The third one, in the kitchen, we have knives, bowls, cups. For adornment or jewelry, let's say, we have brooches, bracelets, necklaces. And finally, according to tools for farming, we have axes, sickles, and hoes. Now your turn, my students. It's your turn to write them correctly, and after that you can check them after opening your course book. And I want to say to everybody of you at this point, goodbye. See you in the following class.